That makes me think of like Tony Stark being like, that's impossible. I would never fall in love with Steve. And then you get that one world where if he were a girl, they get married. Welcome to Superhero Sundays, hosted by Mika and Becca. We talk caped crusaders in all their glory, from romance to action to downright bad writing. And good. Grab a cup of coffee or a tasty treat because we're about to dig in.
Alright, it's National Friendship Day. So we are going to take some quizzes, exciting and new for us, to find out which superhero duo we really are for science. We're going to talk friendship, we're going to look into the MCU, the DCEU, all the universes, and just explore those great relationships. There's not much else to say here except that having established healthy friendships is key in superhero stories and also the world. So we're gonna just dive into some quizzes. That's exciting, yay! The first one.
Which superhero duo are you and your best friend? Do we have everything that we need? Do we have our best friend?
Oh, present.
Present. Okay, cool.
Do we have a love and knowledge of superheroes? Yes.
Sometimes.
In some situations.
For the purposes of this podcast, yes. Let me read the little blurb they have here. You've probably imagined what superpower you would have if you could have one, but have you ever imagined how you and your bestie would translate into Superworld? Find out which super bestie duo you're most like. When you first met your best friend, did you click right away? We were pretty much polar opposites and didn't think we'd ever get along. Oh, we clicked all right. Maybe even a little spark. It felt like we had always known each other. It was amazing. It took some time for us to warm up to each other. It was hard to see what we'd have in common at first. We were thrown together by work, but we got close very quickly.
I think that it would be number 3. It felt like we'd always known each other because we met like forever ago on Gaia Online, and we immediately had a familiarity of like our favorite manga, which nobody else seemed to know. So in that way, it was very much like, this is a good person.
I get you. Yeah.
So I vote for you.
No, I was gonna go with 3 as well.
The second question: do you and your bestie talk about serious things very often? I have never said a serious thing in my life. We understand each other really well, so we share even the hardest things. Our relationship is more doing things together than talking together, but if we need to discuss something, we will. We're not very good at feelings, but we communicate the important information to each other. Or we've had a volatile relationship, so there are times where we talk more or less, but eventually we share everything.
I would say number 2.
I agree.
I think in the past we've had a volatile relationship, but I think more than anything, we're number 2.
Number 3, scandalous.
Ooh, this like ties in with this spark one.
It does.
All right. Have you ever felt a little something ... more towards your best friend? Some people like to see it that way, but no way, no how. We've never even thought about it more than a little. I will flirt with anyone and everyone. There's always a little something. Maybe in a very, very, very different world. Okay, but my thought here is I'm excited to see who they associate with which answer. I'm like,
I know what it is.
Who is Steve and Tony?
I was thinking Matt and Foggy.
Oh, true. Matt and
Foggy's
oh my gosh, so true.
I like option 1 because some people do see it that way, but I hate the no way, no how because I feel like that's rude. Also, the last one too is sensible to me.
I agree. That makes me think of like Tony Stark being like, that's impossible. I would never fall in love with Steve. And then you get that one world where if he were a girl, they get married. I mean, my track record with like other best friends is pretty much more than a little. But for us, it would be 1 or 5.
I think 5.
5?
Yes.
Okay.
We've talked about like being soulmates and stuff, so I think 5 is a little more in that area.
That's true. Yeah. Okay. 5 it is.
Do you think you and your best friend are very similar or more of an opposites attract situation? We are polar opposites, but that's why we're so fun. At first glance, we might look different, but we have a lot of similarities deep down. We might be a little too much the same. Sometimes we need a different perspective. We're so similar, some people accuse us of being the same person, or I think we're just in the sweet spot. We have a lot of the same interests, values, and goals, but different talents. I like that last one.
I was gonna pick the second one or that one.
Actually, the second one's really good too.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You guys wouldn't know.
Maybe you would, since we've had hours of content put up on. No, I like the last one.
5.
We do have different gifts.
I agree.
Then we come together on the interests and values of it all.
Okay. Your best friend decided to do something colossally stupid and potentially dangerous. What do you do?
Daily.
Oh, yeah. I try to talk them out of it or protect them. I try to get them not to do it, but if they insist, then I'm going with them, ride or die. No way are they going to do something that's stupid. I won't let them. I'd put on a cheerleader skirt and egg them on. I'm definitely going to be right next to them. They've probably got a good reason for what they're doing, so the least I can do is keep an eye on them. I like that one.
That's a sweet one.
I like that one a lot.
Seeing as we're never really like side by side in the situation,
yeah,
I feel like we're mostly the last one because we're literally a message away.
That's true. Also, we prioritize support and trust, I think, because I don't think either of us like tries to do anything stupid. But we'll talk it out.
Tries.
Yeah, we'll talk it out.
It just happens.
Even when we don't agree, we might say that, but we'll still be like, whatever you do,
okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. So I think 5's a good answer.
Does one of you naturally take the lead when you're hanging out? Yeah, we have a leader-follower dynamic. We've got more of a mentor-mentee relationship. One of us tries to be in charge, but the other doesn't always listen. That sounds so... We're definitely equals. Sometimes one of us takes the lead, sometimes the other. I like to think that I'm the more charismatic and leader-esque of the two of us, but realistically, we're on pretty even footing. The story is definitely about me, though. Wait, I want to know whose duo that is about. Is that Batman and Robin or something?
That's funny. Oh my gosh. What if it is? I would vote for 3 equals because I think it depends on the situation.
I would vote for 3 as well. Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you express affection?
Gruff fatherly advice.
I tell my friend what I like about the things they do. Teasing and mocking. I like to be pretty open with my feelings and let my friends know when I care about them. Sharing important and hard things. I feel like it's the 4th one.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
I like to be pretty open with my feelings and let my friends know when I care about them. Because I think, like, even the last one falls under that, really.
Sharing important and hard things. Yeah, that definitely plays. It's, like, more encompassing than that last point. So I would say 4, too.
Yeah.
Are you protective of your best friends? You'd better not hurt them or I'll rip you apart with my bare hands. I do feel like I need to take care of them sometimes. I know they can take care of themselves, or I would never admit it to anyone, but I do want to make sure they're safe. It's not 1 or 4.
I think we're 2.
I agree. Because 3 is true, like knowing that we can take care of our own selves, but we also recognize the importance
keep each other accountable.
Support and accountability. Last question. How would you rate this quiz? I don't know.
I loved it. It was pretty okay. Not great.
How would Steve Rogers rate this quiz?
It was pretty okay.
I think that should be our answer.
Oh
my That's the one.
Cute.
That's the one that's like there was a little bit of something in that.
Yeah.
In another world where it's not the MCU.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyways, for those people who are not seeing it, who did we get?
We got, drumroll sound effect, Captain America and Bucky.
Yay!
And of course they picked a picture where they're both standing moments before Bucky falls, so that's great. Here's a little blurb for it. You and your bestie can make it through anything, including thinking the other one is dead, or one of you turning into a brainwashed mercenary out for blood. You know, just for example. You have always been the bigger protector, and you've always looked out for your bestie, but they in turn have proven that they can handle themselves. Just as when Bucky turned up as the Winter Soldier, your friendship has had some rocky patches. Sometimes one person changes and the other doesn't know how to take it, but deep down you love each other, and that will always shine through. Very Accurate.
I agree. I actually think that's pretty accurate. Do you think they wrote this before Endgame?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Because,
they probably did.
Kind of fell flat. But I do agree. They had a really strong friendship, and they started out as two people you probably wouldn't think would be close. They've got some really good energy. I love Bucky and Steve. All right, let's see if we can keep landing Steve and Bucky.
I want to see for science.
For science. All right.
Which Marvel duo perfectly describe you and your best friend? You're so Thor and Loki. How would you describe your friendship? Like family, tough love, opposites attract, stronger than diamonds.
Like family.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you express your friendship? Games and pranks, helping each other out, hugs and affection, or keeping each other safe? Well, we can't give hugs, but we do give virtual hugs.
I feel like we keep each other safe because we are able to be honest and vulnerable with each other. So that's a feeling of safety. So I would go with safe. When you two hang out, what do? Play games, go see a movie, grab dinner and chat, relax and chill.
All of the above.
We do all of the above. But I would say we go see a movie more. If watching TV and all of our stuff and all you can feel counts, then let's go see a movie.
Pick your favorite Marvel character. All right, our options: Ant-Man, Captain America, Thor, or Gamora.
I mean, you already know that I would pick Captain America prior to Endgame, but post Endgame, I would pick Thor.
Yeah, and I do have a soft spot for Thor.
I also have a soft spot for Ant-Man, though, but more Thor. If we wanted to do the science thing and stick with Captain America and Bucky, it would have to be Captain America. We can't cheat. But we can't cheat like that, and so should we go with Thor?
I think we should choose Thor, because I think he's pretty high up on our list.
And finally, what is the most important ingredient in a good friendship? Reliability, a sense of humor, loyalty, or competition?
No.
No.
A good friendship?
Personally, I love reliability.
Me too.
So let's go with that.
If you're reliable, your loyalty will be there. Loyalty isn't 100% good. Mm-hmm. It can hinder people. Mm-hmm. And a sense of humor is important, but that's not the most important.
Right.
So reliability.
Here we are.
Who did we get?
Drum roll. Scott Lang and Hope Pym. Would you like to do the honors, Bestie?
You and your best friend are Scott and Hope. One of you is goofy and fun and can make light of any situation, while the other is responsible, straightforward, and always does the right thing. I feel like that's very watered down. The other one was definitely
very watered down.
I appreciate that.
I think we have some of that, and we can be either dependent on the situation. I think we can both be the funny, zany one, and then the responsible adult one.
I agree. I think that's very true. So we've got Bucky, Steve. We've got Scott and Hope. Let's see.
Who's next?
Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll reveal which Marvel superhero friendship you'd perfectly belong in.
Oh, that's a bold claim. This quiz is like, I know you.
And this quiz is only 7 months old? It's pretty new.
Yeah.
All right. What's our favorite color? Our collective favorite color. Red, blue, yellow, orange, pink, or green?
I think we both really love pink.
I do love pink. Pink is my favorite color.
Yellow is mine, but I also really love pink. Pick a fruit. Strawberries, oranges, watermelon, cherries, apples, or pineapple. And none for mango?
No mangoes. I personally love watermelons and apple.
I don't like watermelons, so I will eat it. And when there's a good watermelon, I won't deny it's tasty. But I guess I could go with apples.
Apples are good.
You don't like strawberries.
Strawberries are okay. I really don't like
oranges.
Okay. I'm not a big citrusy person.
I'll go with apples.
Apples, you can't go wrong with apples. Pick a city. London, Paris, Tokyo, Budapest, Madrid, or New York City. Wow, I wonder what one of those is about.
So Black Widow would totally pick Tokyo, is what you're telling me.
right now, both of us are very fond of New York, so I think we should just choose New York.
Yeah, easy
click.
Lemon squeezy.
Okay, pick a TV show. Ooh, The Office, Lucifer, Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Game of Thrones, or The Umbrella Academy, which we have not talked about on the show, but we have both seen.
Ooh,
I know that you really love The Office. I do have a
really
strong
love
opinion
The
about any
Office.
of these.
I know that it's really basic to love The Office, and it's probably my most basic personality trait. Friends too, honestly. I would go with Game of Thrones or The Umbrella Academy, but I know we both kind of like have feelings about both.
Yeah, Game of Thrones, I don't think I can overstate how much the last season ruined the show for me.
Yeah.
And usually I wouldn't hold a show up to that high of a standard, except that I genuinely really enjoyed it up until that point. And that's exactly the same energy you get every time Endgame's brought up. The Umbrella Academy is okay. Not my favorite, but I have enjoyed watching it. We did have a few things we didn't really like the last season. Yeah. I think that we should do The Office or Friends, because I've seen all of Friends. It's a pretty good core show.
I mean, I would pick The Office.
But that's my thought, is like, you really like The Office. So let's go ahead and pick The Office.
Pick an ice cream flavor. Vanilla, chocolate, cookies and cream, strawberry, cookie dough, mint chocolate chip. I know what our friend Nabs would pick, and it would be mint chocolate chip.
She's right for that.
Don't make
Is she right for it? Is she right?
She's right for it.
I don't like
She's
mint
right.
ice cream.
Everybody else is wrong. Mint. Anyways. I would pick cookies and cream for myself. I used to be a cookie dough gal, but I'm no longer.
I am exactly the same. I love cookie dough, and I love cookie dough in theory, and I love it on paper, but every time I get it, it's like too rich for me. It's too much.
Yeah.
Cookies and cream is
pretty
really
much
solid.
Cookies and cream. Oh my gosh.
We're just going around the block. Who did we get?
Sam and Bucky. You would fit in perfectly with Sam and Bucky and their competitiveness.
I got someone different.
Are we competitive? You did? How?
No, I chose it the same way. What did it say you would fit in with Sam and Bucky and their what?
Competitiveness.
We chose the
How
same
did you get
thing.
something different? We did.
I got Tony and Rhodey. And I just said you would fit in perfectly with their humor, which I think is a disservice to how close they are.
I agree.
Because Tony and Rhodey
to say that they're just buddies that joke around.
Rhodey's like
they're best
ride
friends.
or die. He's like
for sure.
Ride and get hurt. Is what he is.
Ride and almost die.
I think that's a disservice. That quiz didn't really do us well. Maybe it was just that we had so much good energy that it gave us 2 answers.
It was so bold too. Maybe it's just being spoiled by you, quiz. But I was expecting like a whole paragraph.
Yeah.
And to give us like a little line after saying, we'll reveal which one you'd perfectly belong in. I feel lied to.
Also, we chose the same answers. Conspiracy.
Hi everybody, this is Editor Mika, and I just want to take a moment to point out that screenshot of Sam and Bucky for our result, it took me 4 or 5 tries doing the same quiz, and I had to try different answers each time. There you go! I got it! When I tried to repeat our results from before, it would either give me Tony and Rhodey or T'Challa and Shuri. So I just wanted to take a moment to address the conspiracy. This quiz did not take into account our actual answers. For that,
they must die.
No, I don't appreciate it when quizzes claim to look into your soul and then they hoodwink you like that. That's all. Goodbye.
We've got one more that we pulled up.
Yes, the last one, which is, which superhero duo are you and your best friend? With great power comes a great bestie.
If the 2 of you were food, see, this is great. I love these. What would you be? Mac and cheese, milk and cookies, peanut butter and jelly, pasta and meatballs, chips and guac or pancakes and syrup. It has to be something that transforms when you get it together.
Transforms.
It has to be, the relationship, it has to be equal. So
Okay.
I'm thinking mac and cheese, or
Yeah.
I like pasta and meatballs because I feel like they work together, or peanut butter and jelly. Now the mac and cheese is very much because united, it's the dish. But like milk and cookies, you can have either by itself.
True.
And milk
I love the way you think.
makes cookies soggy.
I should have like a little banner, English majors breaking down.
But like for the chips and guac and the pancakes and syrup, it's like one of these is just a topping.
Hey now.
Guac.
It's like, I would eat a bowl of guac, just guac. If I
Okay,
could.
in that case, the chips are a utensil. Because you're just using the chip to cook guac.
If you have a good chip, it will also stand on its own,
That's
like
fair.
it's the combo
Nice corn chip.
that ratatouille moment.
I personally am voting for one of the pastas. What do you think?
I am gonna go with, because I don't really have meatballs that often.
I don't eat meatballs on my pasta either.
And so I would be like, we would go with mac and cheese, because not only, as you said, is the united dish, but that's the dish that we share in having a lot.
So true.
So I'll pick mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
One of us is Steve Rogers.
One of us
We
is
got-
the superior Captain America.
We got Captain America and the Falcon. All of this is MCU.
So,
I'm really
yeah.
disappointed we didn't get a single Batman.
Me too. I honestly thought, because they said superhero duo, also no Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No
options.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, this one's a little old. These quizzes aren't very good. I mean, we got Steve and Bucky. We got Hope and Scott. We got Tony and Rhodey. I got that one anyway.
Mhm.
And Steve and Sam. So I want to know what duo you think we're pretty like.
I think that, I don't know. I know which DC duo I would pick, and it would be Helena and Dinah.
That's a great one.
They butt heads, but they care about each other so deeply.
That's a good one.
What about
I
you?
think a good one is maybe like Frank and Curtis. I think that at their best, they are pretty open with each other, and that's very clear from their relationship. But as we've seen, at either of their worst, they have each other's backs, and I think that that's really, it stands out.
So true.
I would say something like, not for us, but some relationships that I think stayed out, especially in the NMCU, are going to be like Frank and David, except that they're very intense. They're really good friends, but it's like they yell at each other to get everything done, which works for some people. That does work for some people.
Yeah.
But the energy's got to match. If it's just one party yelling, then it's not good.
Oh, I also put down like Bruce and Clark as a dynamic that I really love. I know both of us
why
love that
didn't they
dynamic.
show Bruce and Clark?
That's one of the duos that I would first think of, like at the same level of Steve and Tony. So
I definitely think that friendships are the backbone of superhero media. I know that like the hero villain story obviously is relevant, but the friendships are what keep you into it, not the romances. Nobody cares. I mean, people care, but nobody really cares.
yeah, nobody. Yeah,
Compared
I agree.
anyway. Like, am I happy to see a hero get to someone? Sure. But am I more happy to see the people that are close to them possibly in trouble and they have to save them? Like, and I can think of that for everybody. Even in like the Dark Knight series, there's elements of like relationships.
One of the most compelling relationships in that trilogy is between Bruce and Alfred.
So true.
And that's like constant throughout. And it's one of the most emotionally gutting in Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, that Bruce, I feel like he needed more friends.
If you think of like Justice League, which I know largely I'm sure people don't like Justice League. That seems to be the general consensus.
What?
But
Oh,
The movie.
I was thinking
the
of.
film,
Sorry,
not the
you're
TV show.
correct. You're correct.
Like, if we're looking at the films, for me, watching those, I liked seeing the friendships unfold. I think that it was kind of weird for some of them, in the same way that the Avengers maybe didn't all sit right. But the relationship between Bruce and Arthur, for example, I thought was kind of fun. You like seeing the group dynamics. That's why Avengers did so well to begin with, because it was about the group. Obviously, you want your hero to have people to care about in a story, but having it just be a love interest is a cliche.
It's a cliche, and just the whole idea that romance is the end all be all of your life, and it's just not true, and it's boring.
We celebrate friendships in this house.
Happy National Friendship Day.
Or else.
Anyway, we will link these quizzes if you want to take these quizzes.
Can you comment and let us know which pairing you and your bestie get? Because I want to know about the conspiracy theory. Like, try to do it with somebody else.
And do the same answers on that third one.
Do the same answers, and I want to know.
I bet they all say the same thing, and they just rotate them.
Right.
Anyway, go message your best friend today, and if you don't have a best friend, make some friends that you can get close to. Just keep talking to people.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
I'm with you to the end of the line, pal.